everybody, this is Shay here. I'm going to be showing you how I made my Arcane Jinx little zap prop thingy. It's actually a pretty simple build. I did most of this with materials I already had or with trash. So you're going to start off with a sparkling ice water bottle, and you're going to need 2mm, 6mm, and 10mm foam, as well as some Mod Podge to seal it, hot glue to stick everything together, and some paint in pink, white, blue, and gold. Paint brushes, as well as a sanding block, and a saw, and I also have these little tubes that I'm using, and some brown fabric. So you're gonna start off by just peeling the label off of that bottle. Want to get her nice and prepped so you'll be able to use it and not have any wrinkles or anything like that under it. Then you're going to saw off the top so you have a nice rounded edge type thing. Don't worry about the hole right now, we'll take care of that later. First thing you're gonna want to do is start cutting out your 2mm foam. I have like a little rectangle here as well as like a piece of trim, along with a thicker piece and another piece of little trim to layer on top of that, so it kind of looks like this. And this thicker piece we're actually going to cut some little hourglass shapes into for the details. So how to do that is you're basically just going to cut out kind of 2 triangles. So you're gonna fold a little tiny piece of it in half, lay it down like this, and I'm just gonna start cutting out triangles. Just cutting out triangles. Look at me cut out these triangles. Oh, heck yeah, triangles. And so what you're gonna have is just this little like hourglass type shape. And I'm going to do that along the whole line of this because it's got a lot of little hourglasses on it. It does take a little bit of time. And that's how it should look when it's done. Nice and pretty. Then you're going to glue those onto your rectangles. You have a piece that looks like this, and you're going to glue those other 2 pieces together so it looks like this. Then you're going to glue those around your tube, but it will need to be prepped a little bit beforehand. So this big piece is gonna go here, and the second one is gonna go on the curve by the top. So in order to get it to stick, you're gonna need to sand the absolute smack out of it. So yeah, I'm just sanding every inch of it, making sure the glue has something to stick to, something to hang on to so it doesn't fall apart on me. And then I'm going to take my 6mm foam and cut this kind of trapezoid triangle type thing piece so you can stick it on the butt and make a little bit of an angle with it. So you can attach it to the handle, make it look like it's curving down like an actual, kind of like a gun, you know? And then after I have that glued on, I'm going to trace out that shape onto my 10mm foam and draw a horseshoe shape around it. That is going to be kind of the base of the handle, where everything kind of sits on top of, where the handle attaches to, where the trigger sits, and yeah. So I'm gonna cut that out with just a pair of scissors. And yeah, it's just a little horseshoe shape, and you're just gonna stick that curved part on top. I'm also gonna take some time to cut out the actual handles here. You will need to cut it out twice from the 10mm foam, or 8mm foam, whichever you're using. And yeah, just cut it out and glue those 2 together so you have 2 nice big handle pieces. And yeah, I also did a little piece of trim on the bottom of 6mm foam to kind of make the quote-unquote magazine, even though technically this gun doesn't even have one. But yeah, glue your little horseshoe shape on. Kind of have this, and now we're gonna go ahead and attach the handle, but you do need to cut that flat edge into an angle so when you hold it, it actually looks straight. You're also going to need a 6mm piece of strip foam. I'm taking my 2mm foam and cutting it in half and making some little details here. I'm gonna show you all of the shapes that you're gonna need to go along that line. So it's a little trapezoid type thing, triangles, and this little curvy boy. And those are going to be glued on your little 6mm foam strip here, kind of like this. You're gonna stagger them. You're gonna put that one on the back, that one in the middle, and that one on the front. And once they're glued together, it'll be something like that. And you're gonna put that on the top of the gun. I also have these foam tubes. We're gonna cut out 2 little teeny tiny pieces just to make the little reloading thing that Jinx twists in the show. These are a little bit big, but I don't have anything smaller, so I'm also missing the hammer and the trigger handle. We're not gonna make an actual trigger, but we're just gonna, boom, put those on. I also taped off that tip there with just a piece of cellophane tape. If you need to secure the edges, I just used a dab of hot glue. That's pretty much the base of the gun. I'm gonna use some Mod Podge and seal the absolute ever-loving crap out of it. You're gonna wanna get it into every single little nook and cranny. You do not want this thing coming apart. The Mod Podge also doubles as like a sealant, so your paint, when you do end up painting it, will not end up sinking into the foam and being absorbed, so you're not going to waste paint. This also makes a really good top coat if you want to make your prop a little bit more water resistant. So yeah, I'm just gonna cover every inch of the prop with the Mod Podge. After the Mod Podge, I took a little bit of time and took some gray paint and gave it a little base coat. After that, you're just gonna take your acrylic paint and paint that motherfucker. Just like this. Now, one thing, as you might see, these seams are a little bit cleaner, but still you can see them. I don't like that. We're going to take some brown fabric and take some strips from it and just use that as sort of a handle wrap type thing. We're just gonna wrap that around the handle, glue it on, and you'll be good to go. And that's it. That's how you make an Arcane Jinx zap gun. If you want to purchase one of these from me, they are available on both my Etsy and my Depop store, both linked down in the description down below, or you can just follow this tutorial and make one yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out my socials and all that other good stuff linked down in the description down below, and I will see you all live next time. Well, not live, but...